Welcome back, everyone, to our virtual bookshelf coding series, in which we build a virtual bookshelf application using Next.js and SuperBase. And with me, as every week, is my friend Judith. How's it going?
Hello.
Judith, you are joining us from a special place today.
Ooh, I'm in paradise. Yes.
You're in paradise.
Yes.
So nice.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous. Are you aware that it's -5 degrees in Germany right now?
It makes me a little bit happy to hear that.
Yeah. You definitely chose the best time to go.
I think I'm going swimming after this.
Oh, so good.
Okay.
So good. Very cool. Today, we pick up right where we left off last time by finishing our book detail page. Right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So the goal still is to finish the whole CRUD lifecycle thing. We can fetch books and display them. We can create books. And now we are working on the book detail page, which is kind of, if you go to the books page, so like our main page, I think the book detail page is going to look very similar, but just to display all the information for just one book. And we are already fetching the book on that book detail page. So it's really more just about displaying the information. I think that's where we stopped last time. And then the goal would be on that detail page to add a button for editing books and also one for deleting books. And I think that's what we're going to do.
Cool. Yeah. So last time I remember we barely just created the route. So we have this little folder here in our app router with the brackets saying that we're expecting an ID as a parameter to come in. And so we have a beautiful 4 here.
Yeah.
Something that we touched on in the first season of our endeavor was that if we ever had a detail page, that we could do stuff like currently we have a little bit of a description text going on that could be very long. Like if you as the reader of this book feel like you could write like a whole something about the book, then that would totally disrupt like this index page. So maybe Judith, we can get rid of the non-essential stuff on the index.
Totally.
And be a little bit more elaborate on the detail page. How about that?
Hey, let's maybe try one. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
So do you just want to create maybe a book where you go a little bit overboard with a description or something?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Just like paste some lorem ipsum text or something, so that we can see what we want to display on the main page and what we want to leave for the detail page, maybe.
Awesome. Yeah. I can use my fancy filling thing here, and then just go. You know what? The placeholder site that I really love is the Jeffsum.
Oh, I don't know that one. I have like a lorem ipsum generator, but I don't
think
know
it's
that one.
ages old, and I'm very happy that it's still online. I'm pretty sure like whoever made this just forgot that this exists or not. But like, you can just give me like 5 paragraphs of that Jeffness.
Love it.
And you get like a mixture of everything from Jurassic Park to Alive Aquatic. Everything's in there. And I just love it. Good. But I also really like Jeff Goldblum, so that's my personal bookmark. Doink. Which one did I create? This one? Let's check what we're even displaying on the list.
Are we even displaying
Book
all
display.
the details?
Oh, look at that. I already added a line clamp 1 to this. Which just shows the first line. But
maybe
still,
that's already what we want, hey?
it is.
But doesn't the line clamp one usually come with an ellipsis as well? Or do we have to?
Totally. But this is like a convenience thing from Tailwind. So it does the whole thing. Like it says overflow hidden, WebKit line clamp 1. But what you mean, the ellipsis thing, that is there's two different things in CSS that you can do. You can either do this ellipsis thing, or you can do this WebKit line clamp, which is one of these funny vendor prefixed properties that also made it into other browsers.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's very weird. But so you can say line clamp 2, and the whole ellipsis thing, for example, only works on one line. But this line clamp thing lets you do the similar thing, but after however many lines you like. That's like the difference between those two, if I remember correctly.
Wow, I did not know that. But still, we don't see the actual ellipses, right?
Yes, and also
like that's what I'm missing currently, because looking at it, it's not obvious that there's more text.
Because I think our personal description, like I took it off the wrong thing. I think our personal notes are no. What is happening? Let's see. Let's check the.
Yeah.
Let's check the
The
data.
database.
Oh, I have book title.
There.
Oh, but look at that. Like most of the stuff is empty for that one, actually. We just have book title.
Interesting.
What happened?
Let's look at.
Let's do it
our
again.
create book action.
Because I'll just paste this in personal notes. Let's create the book and refresh this. And it's empty again.
Okay, but hang on.
Did we destroy something, Judith? No.
Because we could save personal notes before, right? We have a couple of books with personal notes.
We can, yeah. Test 1. Publication year 2025. Description. I'll make a very deliberate one so we can see it in the database.
And I'm gonna wait a second. I'm gonna log some stuff in the create book action to see if the form data gets parsed correctly.
We do get the author. We're not getting the publication year. Description, yes. Personal notes, no. Huh? Okay, let's fix it. Let's check.
Okay.
We definitely broke something.
Okay, yeah, let's can you create another one? Because I'm logging some stuff in the console now just to see.
Hey, but there is an unsaved. Oh, that's this. Okay. Sure. Creating another one. Test 2. Test 21. Test 2. It's 2025. Description. Notes. Bang.
Okay. So
Are you
what
getting
I
something?
get? Yes, I get the title, the author, and the description. But that means.
We're not getting the notes.
And also not the publication year.
And also not the publication year.
Okay.
Which curiously are both the ones that are in camel case. So I assume that something is going wrong.
But it can't work like that. Like our form schema assumes camel case, but I just saw that on so I think the name on our HTML stuff has to be camel case then. I think we can leave the ID as is.
Oh.
So let's try it like this maybe. But I think the name on the HTML input things, that's what's being used for parsing the form schema later.
I see.
So that was a problem. Maybe that's already it.
Okay.
Okay, want to try again?
Let's try again. Test 3, 2025, description, notes.
Yeah.
Bang!
Yeah. That looks a lot better.
Yeah?
Yeah, at least in the console.
Yes, look at this. Perfecto.
Oh, we have this like nice formatting there for notes. I had no idea. Cool.
We just never paid attention to that detail.
Nice. So now let's maybe go back to the original plan and create one with like a long description and notes, and then we can decide what to do with it.
Absolutely. So
time for Jeff Goldblum again.
And then we'll get a little bit of Jeff Sum for the description. And we'll get the rest. The wink. I love reading those because you're always a little, you suddenly remember parts of movies that are so long gone. You're a very talented young man with your own clever thoughts and ideas. Do you need a manager? Sure. Okay, so here. Huge bucket of personal notes. Very cool.
Exactly. So that's definitely not what we want. But now we also see on the description the ellipses and everything. So it is working.
Let's check if this actually works, what I said before. Okay. So you can do this. And that's just so convenient. Like if you ever tried this ellipsis thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that's dope. I like it. But I think now the question is what we want to display there. So I kind of like one line of description, I think. For the personal notes, I'm not sure if we even want to display them in this view. What do you think? Like, do we want to display like the first 1 or 2 lines of the personal notes? Or do we just want to display those on the detail page?
Yeah, we couldn't probably stick with the rating just because that's always going to be like the same length and size, so to say. Like it won't disrupt the visual flow.
Exactly. The rating I would definitely leave there.
Right. And also a little bit, like I'd say either a little bit of description or personal notes, though I like the description better, I suppose.
Yeah. Me too.
Just to find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Right? And we could, if we wanted to, we could totally indicate that something has personal notes with a little icon or whatever. But so this way, right? Like here we can see the ones that had a rating from our test data before.
Yeah.
Yeah, this way I could see that we can really make like a little display of cards that sort into like a gallery or whatever, and they can all be roughly the same size. Do you want to do like a little styling excursion?
Sure. Yes, since we're here, of course, let's do a styling excursion. What do you have in mind?
Just super quick. Okay, let's see. Because I also think we actually have an error going on here, like where our book display component, our book component, is a list item. And if we go back to the place where we're showing it, like we don't even have a UL around it. Which is like very bad semantics. Right? So, okay, so like just a super quick thing that I had in mind. So we can just go grid gap for exactly, and then we can do, this grid thing where it kind of fills up the rows without breakpoints. Right? Where you say, this column is at least this and that wide, and as soon as you can fit another one, do it.
Yes, do it.
All right, let's see if we can do that just like that. Repeat. Okay, that's cheating, but that's it. Autofill. I think we can't have spaces in here though. And then I personally like to not use pixels. but relate these things to the base font size, so that if the user zooms in and out of the page, that the sizing of the things kind of grow proportionally to the text.
Okay.
Right? So we could have something like 20 rem, that is 320 pixels, assuming that a rem is, so the font size on the body is 16 pixels.
All right.
Right on. So, hold on, I think it's also auto fit. Rip. It's not working yet. Let's check what's going on. So we do have our grid. Maybe. Yeah. It is working.
It is working.
We were just too narrow. Cool. I think so. In our case, we can go down like to 16 rem or something, and so it would be
nice
like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. And then we can go into the book itself, and just give it like some some padding, maybe like with the light gray, and even make it a little rounded or something. Yeah, well, that's very subtle, but
cool.
Right? Something like that.
Yeah.
And
that
so
looks a lot cleaner.
They're all more or less-ish the same height, and no one is really going nuts.
Also, just a fun fact, I have the application running on my computer as well, which has the default mode set to dark mode.
Yeah.
So what you have in all white right now is like all black on my screen, and it looks really nice as well. And we didn't even, I think we didn't even configure a dark mode or something. So I think that was like Shatsy and out of the box magic.
Oh, so cool.
That looks nice.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Awesome. I mean, hold on. Like, to accommodate this. So this you shouldn't have said that. Because now we can go like that, right? Like to not fry people's retinas too much, then we can now let us check super quickly what they did to make that, like to set up the color variables maybe. So hold on, like I like to go to computed and then just to check out the color, and then this little arrow will bring you to where it's defined. Oh, okay. So it's saying inherit, which is fine. So because this is a link, so where is that defined? Oh yeah, they're using color scheme. Very cool. Like, that's a very recent addition to CSS, that you can say color scheme, dark or light.
Nice.
That is very cool. Hold on, maybe we can see it in here. So this is where they're setting up. Oh, they have their own dark. I think that's what they're doing. So they're setting up a whole bunch of variables like accent foreground, destructive, secondary, all that. And then they're defining it with a dark class.
Yeah.
Right. And then I assume that they're setting the dark class with the theme switcher on the HTML element.
Nice.
On the root.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Perfect. So we have that excursion going on. Then, detail page.
Yes. Please make it pretty. But it's gonna be very similar, right, to the book thing we already have.
Yeah, so let's go side by side, because we can probably steal some things from here. So we can just get that part, right? We don't necessarily care about the ID all too much. Oh, and we can probably also deconstruct some of the infos.
Yeah.
Right, so what do we have? Title,
author, publication year, description, and personal notes, I guess.
Oh yeah, personal notes. Oh, and we're gonna have the rating. We can already grab that. So we got all of that stuff here. We already have the author and the date coming in. That's cool. Yeah, and then we can also just grab those things. We don't need the line clamp in this one this time. So we have the description. Awesome. Let's import the star rating to just have it. And then we can just copy paste and end up on weird places. Now, personal notes, and just go like pretty. Okay, let's brighten this one up a little bit. So we'll just come in with a little bit of a spacing thing. I think we should have some sections in here. And but hold on, the other way around. Like, let's do this. And then only if we have the description. Sometimes autocomplete is a bit much, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Like that. And then we have H2 and saying description. Awesome. Now we can have this just to be a little bit bigger and to have like a little bit of margin, just like that.
Nice.
Even make it like a little bit just like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good.
Right? And we can just grab this whole thing and get that in over here. Personal notes. And just call this notes.
Nice.
What do you think?
What do you think? Should we maybe move the star rating up under the publication year?
Yes.
And you could also, I think right now, we don't have the rating input on the create form yet, right?
Yeah.
But if you feel like it, you could just jump into the SuperBase dashboard and just give this book a rating, just so we can see what it looks like with a star rating.
Very cool. Very good idea. Test 4. Let's go here. Give it a rating of 4.
Dope.
Do you have to hit save or something?
I don't think so.
Nope. Just like that.
Yeah.
Nice. So I thought I'd make this also semantically a little bit more meaningful.
Sure.
We're putting this in a header together, and then we can have the author and the publication year. We can have that together in one paragraph, and then the rating on its own.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, and just can also give this like a little bit of a space. Yeah. I was just thinking if we could also move the stars like on the same line with the title or whatever, but that might look weird if the title is long.
Yeah, true. And keep in mind that later on this is going to be interactive. So at some point, we can like hover it and click it, and it's going to update the rating and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think that looks pretty nice for now.
Okay, final little touch is to give the text that can potentially be longer a max width of
Yay!
prose. just to limit the length of the lines.
Nice. Yeah,
Right?
that looks a lot better.
Oh, and we maybe even bump up the line height. No, leading is the thing, so let's just have like a relaxed leading to make it a little bit more readable. Cool.
Cool.
How do you feel about that?
I feel very good about that. I think that's good enough for our detail page for now.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe just to wrap up like the whole topic of detail page, there's just one thing I want to do, which is redirect to it when we create a book.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Obviously. Yeah. How
Obviously. I already have a to-do in here. You see that? Redirect to book detail page. So I think we have this function book service create book. That already returns the ID. So I think here you can just say const ID. And
beautiful.
I think if that is not null, we can simply say redirect like so. No, it's complaining. Oh, I have to import it. Scusi.
Where are you importing that from?
It's like a Next.js magic thing. So with that one, I think we always have to be a little bit careful because this redirect function exists in different modules. I think here the correct one should be Next navigation.
Hey, and for the front end designer folks who might be listening, is this a back-end action? Like this whole thing?
Yeah, that's a back-end action. If we wanted to do any sort of navigation in client-side components, there's hooks to achieve the same thing. So this redirect, that wouldn't work in a client-side component because that's server-side. But here we are on the server side, so that's, as easy as that, I think. I think for client-side components, there's a hook. I think it's called use router or something.
Cool.
And then you can just push a new route into the router.
Awesome. Yeah. Oh, hey, since we're talking about this, maybe tiny addition here that we just go back to books, back to overview, maybe like that. Imagine that we have a very nice little icon here. Doing. Hey, don't we have icons, by the way?
We should have the Lucid icons, I think.
Ooh, do you remember how we use them?
What you're looking for?
I thought we could add like a nice little arrow to the left here.
Yeah, I think if you just go... So I think Shatsy includes the Lucid icon. So if you just go to the docs of Lucid and just search for the name. So what do you want? An arrow? Right.
Lucid.
No. Left?
Yeah. Arrow left. List. Left. Yeah. Arrow left.
Yeah, and I think you can just... which component are you in right now?
I'm on the page directly. Oh, but it gives me a component that I can just... Are you kidding?
Yeah, exactly.
How freaking... This is so convenient.
They are doing everything for us.
It's ridiculous. Are you nuts? Look at this. Done. Job done.
Right? It's amazing.
Man.
And that's why, it's so simple, but I think it all works together really nicely. And I think it also...
It does.
Visually works together nicely, I think it makes so much sense for a component library to already include an icon library, because that ensures that the whole visual design is coherent.
Totally.
And I mean, both Shadcn and the Lucid icons are super minimal, right?
Yeah.
But I think it just looks good. Like,
I mean, of course, this is not like a UI design masterpiece that we're doing here. Like, we're not going to earn any awards or whatever. But,
well,
let's see.
Challenge accepted. But yeah, to be fair, also, because we did not spend any time customizing the whole design. Like, that's kind of what I like about Shadcn. It's super plain, but even if you leave it as is, if you use the super plain version out of the box, it's still, I think it looks good, even though it is super plain. But if you wanted to, you can customize so many things. You can customize the color scheme, the fonts, I don't know, whatever. So
totally,
I guess we could try to win a design award if we wanted to, but we haven't made any changes, right? And I think that's important to keep in mind. That's just what it looks like completely out of the box without any sort of customization. And I think for that, it looks pretty good.
Yeah. And also, I really like the speed that you can have to just make stuff look decent. I mean, I know there's a huge discussion about Tailwind that I don't care to participate in at all. But I think this really shows what I like about this setup. Just as you said, it gives you the freedom to just hit the ground running.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And just get the most basic stuff in place to make it work and to prove your idea. And that's what we're doing. Like we now have these. You can click on it. This looks the same. We have a little bit of an icon going on, right?
Yeah.
This is readable. And we just had to say stuff like, please just show one line, and like, let's make it like we don't even have to deal with the fact that 65 characters is a good line length.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? Like you just say, don't go nuts, please.
Yeah.
And
it's getting much closer, I think, to understanding natural language, or we can give instructions to Tailwind in almost natural language, which is beautiful.
Right? Like I asked my friend Claude from Anthropic the other day, like somebody sent me like a presentation, like a pitch deck or whatever, and I just wanted to try and see what happens if I upload the pitch deck and just said like, can you turn this into a landing page? So that was my entire super exquisite prompt, and it came back and started to code a landing page out of this in HTML and Tailwind.
Wow.
And so I just found it, let's say, interesting that Tailwind is like so common now that even an LLM might accidentally choose to just, use that to make a simple landing page. And I think that's a very sensible choice.
Yeah, definitely.
I just wanted Markdown, but it went ahead and made like a whole page. Okay, good. Back to business.
Hey,
Nice.
Let's try the redirect thing once. Can you
Let's
just
try the
add
redirect.
one new book and see if
Cool.
that actually works?
Let's make a new one. We're creating you know what? I actually wanted to see if we can see the redirect coming in. We're creating a book now that posts to the server, and the server should answer with the redirect, right? Like with an HTTP of not just
I'm not
200
sure if
or
we'll
whatever.
be able to see it in the browser. We might also see it in the console. So in the server console.
Server console. Okay, let's see. Let's pull them both up. Very excited about this one. So we're on Books Create. Last thing was a get.
Yeah.
The server answered with 200. Okay, cool. We filled out the form. I'm preserving the log. Let's hit it. Yoink. Awesome. That shows us this. But we're staying here. Sadness.
Interesting. Okay, let us go back to
action.
let's log the ID first to see that we actually get it. Also, I'm not sure if there's also a navigate. No, there's only redirect.
So just for us all to remind ourselves what we're doing, like we have a form on a page that as the action has the create book action. That's the one that you're ending now with the redirect.
Yeah.
I see.
Yes, but so the create book function from the book service can potentially return null. That's why we have to do this little check. But yeah, let's see what it returns. It's null. That's interesting.
It really is null. Oh. So create book. I mean, we're also, it could be, yeah. Let's check it there, hey?
Yes, definitely. I mean, it is working, right?
It's creating stuff.
It's creating stuff.
Maybe we have to, let's see. What do we have? Create a book. Double null. So this is not, the SuperBase thing is not returning anything yet.
Interesting. Okay, let's check the SuperBase docs.
Yeah, right?
I'm not sure if this might also return an array or something.
Override the type of successful response. Yeah.
Hang on. I'm not sure if this would even, like, if the create book, because we are saying create book returns a get book DTO. That might not be correct. Maybe it only returns the ID. Let's see what the API docs say for creating something. Insert data. Hey, okay. So I just checked the documentation, and I think what we have to do here is not returns, but select.
Oh. Well, and then probably also the returns thing. Like to override the type that it's returning.
Okay, let's see if it...
Should I give it another go?
Yeah, why not?
So just to see what comes out, if it's giving us anything back now. Because before it just didn't do anything, right?
Yeah, maybe it's even enough to only select the ID, like so. But
oh yeah, see, but now we're getting stuff back, and it's an array. It's an array with one result, and it does contain everything, including the new ID.
Aha, so
that's good.
We probably just have to do it like so.
Oh, did you change it up to only the select the ID now?
Yeah, but I don't know if that's working.
Let's
see.
see.
Try that again.
It is working.
Cool.
It's
because
still an
we
array,
don't need
though.
Everything, right? Yeah. Then we need to.
Hey, also your redirect is working.
Oh, yay!
Yeah. Awesome.
That's what we actually wanted, right?
Yeah.
But how can that work if we're still returning an array? I don't know.
That is a very good question. Because like this is the log here on line 92.
Yeah.
Right? And this 17, like then we're just doing data question mark, but if so, give me ID. But this data should be the array.
Yeah.
And that obviously does not have a property that's called ID because it's an array, first of all. And so like here we're saying whatever this returns, chuck that into ID and we're logging it here. So
right. So I'm gonna just do some checks we should do like proper error handling at some point. But for now, let's just make sure that we are only returning it if the error is null, if we have data, and if data has exactly one element, I guess. So if the array length is 1.
Yeah.
Because that's what we want, right? And then in that case, I think we should return this. What to do?
No, I was just wondering if there's a method that's like select one or something like that, you know?
There is, but it's weird. Like I don't know if that's a bug in SuperBase or if we have just kind of accepted that it's not really working. Wait,
we had trouble with that before, right?
We had trouble with that before, yes. So I'm checking the docs for fetching data. I don't know, to be honest.
Let's just go that route. I think that's fine.
Yeah. And then, so basically, if all of this does not happen, we will just return null. So I think that should do it.
Do you think it still works or it now breaks?
That would be wild. Sometimes I don't like when things are working, even though they shouldn't.
I hate that. And like this is one of the worst things. So yeah,
okay.
Totally works.
Cool. Let's see. There's like a console log that I think we can delete. Oops. Goodbye. This to do is done. Nice.
Very good.
Oh yeah, and what you wanted to check was if we see the redirect somewhere.
Right.
In the browser.
So, okay, clearing. Adding a new book. So we're on the create route now. Let's fill it out. Preserving the log. Creating. Yeah. So I think 303 is probably right.
Yeah, and we see that in the
Yeah.
browser and in the server logs.
Yeah.
Cool.
The puny code module is deprecated.
Whew.
Thanks. Very nice. So yeah, this feels very web platformy to me.
Right?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Robust stuff. Using magic tools to make robust stuff. That's
absolutely.
Cool.
Cool.
Awesome.
Maybe, yeah, I'm thinking that would be a good place to stop kind of for the detail page.
Totally. So we have that. We have that done, so to say. Doink. The next thing on the next episode would be editing and deleting. Right.
Yes.
That will be very cool.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? You already knocked another one out. That's this one. Very cool. So then we can just, rearrange our stuff here a bit. So we have this, and then we have that. Very nice. Awesome.
Cool.
Feels so good to make stuff work. I just love it.
Right?
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
Cool. Thanks everyone for tagging along. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with a new episode.
Oh, yeah.
With editing and deleting. I don't know how you feel, but like editing using existing forms always makes me a little nervous.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it will just work out fine. And then we can introduce our rating component on the detail page, which is also nice.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That's still missing.
Right.
On the detail page and also on the actual create form.
Yeah.
Right? There's
That
also
is true.
missing.
We don't even have
yeah.
it there yet.
And that's going to be fun and also a little bit of a challenge because it's an interactive component, which means we have to think again about like client side and server side, because our detail page is a server component right now. And we know that anything that reacts to like user input should be a client side component. So we probably have to put it in some silly wrapper. But yeah, we will figure that out.
Well, and we built this component in the spirit of just a regular create React app in the first season.
Exactly, yeah.
So it knows nothing of a server yet. It doesn't even know anything about server-side rendering. It's just happily only on the client polluting the main thread.
Exactly. So that's why like it's a tiny little component, but it's I think it's gonna tie some like Next.js concepts together. So it's not completely trivial.
Awesome. All right, cool.
Cool.
Perfect. Then that's it for this week. See you on the next one, in which we understand more about the server and the client.
Ooh, yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.